Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Team taking Dragon.
Jojo TP'd in as well, so MKOI fully investing to try and make this happen. Looks like KC just going to back away. They're going to leave the farm in that top half of the map to try and get Kana and Lewis as well, caught up in the middle. You're good.
Finally, at 19.5 minutes, it's a dive where Jojo can't move. He flashes away. Spirit Rush followed up though by Vladdy. First one goes over because LEC takes down one, not two, a third. The dive going wrong. They were hungry for it. But let's see, how many more straws have you got? Teleport in, third Dragon. Koi want this in case he don't want to give it away. Alvaro zone controls Jojo, his teleport position now revealed. 4K, there's an engage, equalizer in the back. Yike is right in the middle of the pit though. He ults in front of LEC and they battle it out, while meanwhile on the backside, Miwan gets stunned, but he's in front of 4KC members. Jojo, his damage not to be underestimated, jumps back in, because the jungler is dead. In the interim, a smite now only available for Karmine Corp. They sit there rather with Koi, the ones to take it. They're the ones who lost it. It was KC in the end who got split apart.
The split fight works out in favor of MKOI. One, because the equalizer doesn't tag onto anything important, and Yike feels... Hang on a second, we've got a continuation.
Aftermath hoping for Kalist to get something done here, and with the mount up, Alvaro now no longer in range, and Kalist makes sure of that.
They're starting that rotation down now to collect that bot lane turret that was incredibly low. They're going to pick it up here, so that gold lead is actually going to start to accelerate a little bit.
Of lapses the mid lane. Super does have ult flash.
Equalizer slows down Super. Wind becomes lightning. The quickness, but perfectly timed ulti with the feathers down and a double root. Super's made fun of them. Koi will walk forward or at least swim in the direction of Yike with an easy knock up and a double kill already.
With the charm
up again. Jojo in full force. This ain't the Jojo you knew from Winter, with 3 already in the bag. Koi running away because their jungler's there, their support hitting the ground as well. Vladdy finally Spirit rushing, and with a reset by Mira, told you he's got more in the bag. That man has no fear, and in this mid lane, neither to KC, they run in, they charge. LEC hit up against the wall, but a re-engage imminent. Jumps in, on top of that Fed, Kana no more! Another kill down as well. Yikes hit the ground, and with a perfect engage, Alvaro makes them sing! KC don't know what hit them until they get hit by the mouth of the horse. It's Koi running him down again.
KC thought they found their moment to jump onto MKOI, but MKOI smacked them down where they stand and will pick up the soul as their prize.
I think a lot of people looking at KC versus Koi would have maybe thought, okay, KC, you're just above them now. First stand, finalist, champion. Really scary. There might be no one there, but how are you to know?
I think they're all there. I really think they're all there.
Shows it, doesn't it? No time to move. Target to target, but Vladdy goes golden in the middle, equalizer through a choke. Yike re-engages, might be okay for now, but KC are rooted in place again. They can't touch Super, and Jojo knows it. He runs forward with the Spirit Rush, with a charge. Yike in the middle, flashes away. Miwan has done his own controlling for Koi. They've got 5 standing, but the charge keep on hitting. Jojo washed away. No, this guy's here to stay. As Koi chases up Yike, he's a remnant. He got caught before, but now he dropped to the damn floor. Can't use his last flash, but I think that's the last one of the game because Koi are taking us away for a brisk game 1.
I think it's so difficult with the comp. Like, I really like the draft that MKOI went for. It showed great understanding of what the priorities were going to be from KC, how to turn them around. And honestly, I think KC kind of surprised by the Galio pick. I really don't think they had...
Right, he offers so much of the team.
But it's also across the board Magic Champions for KC. Yike Sinzel, Vladdy on Silas, Ezreal for Kalist, Kana's Rumble. They're all big picks and they're about to die.
It's a charm again, but you know this one's already over. The story is done, and Jojo running down another target. Charm connects right in the middle of the quickness. He has had a flashy game, and Super has been the one picking up all the fame. Koi with another triple in the bag, this time with the Death Timers. This game 1 might be done.
It's another couple of pages put into the Magi. MKOI once again find a pick. It has been very good from the mid-game onwards. As soon as MKOI got control of this game, they haven't really let go of that control of the game.
The last defense is going to come through. Vladdy has a Spirit Rush once again, but this Silas has not been Zeka-like, to say the least, in this game 1. There's been a story of Koi as Vladdy pops it out, but 1 Nexus turret remaining. Baron Buff has done good work, but Koi don't want to end it here, or rather, aren't going to risk it with Yike coming back up. With Skond of Duck, he jumps in, goes golden. Miwan is going to shift out, but Vladdy again Protobelt, but he goes a bit far for that one. He thought he could kill him, but Merlin, he's got the finger out. I can't even do that noise on broadcast. Double kill again, and Koi, they're just going to come right back in, all a ruse, so that this game can be in the basket.
MKOI showing up clutch in game number 1. KC went for slow and methodical, and MKOI just kicked the damn door in. Eggs into the, hey, we want to snowball this from the bottom side of the map basket, and because even the Jacks can go towards the Zonyas, you can get the early tabbies as well, and just make sure that you're going to be in it.
The Jax, the Dragon is going to get started up now, might have a bigger fight.
Yike as well, he's got something in the tank, his ult is back up and available, stunned up against the wall. We don't wait as long for first blood because Colette secures. Pop Blossom though coming in only under target as well. Yike is zoned off by Jojo in the face, hitting everything. I remember when this guy used to miss, but today he ain't missing a beat.
MKOI able to fight back. It looked like a nice pick coming through from KC, but yikes, also the fact that Kana didn't have control over that bot side because of Mirman's trading patterns. Oh, hang on, Jojo.
Ulti, yeah. Jojo gonna get hit. That's the power of shield bash, baby. Down into the ground, the Sundered Slayer lets him know who's in town.
Now they're having Kalist and Targum is covered for a topside play. They're putting so much pressure on towards Mirman.
Right, Jill. And that pressure is going to mount to maybe a kill. Zenith Blade to follow up after the Solar Flare. Flash forward from Bloody. Beautifully done. Mirman will get away only by the tip of the spear from Khalid. He says no. Elyoya is coming to defend this.
And I think especially when we look at MKOI as Elyoya and Alvaro, they had control in game number 1, but this game has been KC very much putting their foot down.
And then the Ambassador rolled at the public execution. Let them know once more. Kana, kill number 2.
The side lane, so I still think Bloody has to be a little bit careful here as there's multiple members of MKOI there, but
soft contest turning into the actual thing. Koi, 4 members. The advantage only until Bloody gets hit, which he now is on top of board. Level 11, Pop Blossom comes in. Alvaro, great engage in the backline, but who's there? Fate Sealed is a whiff and a miss, but front to back, Alvaro just cops it straight away. With Kana here first, they have to flash away. It's Koi running for their lives. Elyoya is caught in the thick and the thin of it, outside the realm of possibility, with a double going down again. Kalis set up for success, and KC aren't taking any prisoners.
KC saw their moment and they took it, slowly looking for that contest, waiting for the moment where Jojo tried to TP, but a little late now. Kana onto Mirren.
Yeah, again, he has Eclipse, he's got a shield and he's got Bloody by his side. It's not a strict 1v1 under the turret, they won't care. Bloody will walk it in. KC finally alive in the series.
Oh, KC are just completely airborne.
This mid-pressure into side lanes, and now Dragon going to be secured, 3 grubs, the Rift Herald as well. And the beauty of this is that now you get your side laners to pay you back, where you have push inside, now translating to push in mid and look for the mid lane turret.
That's going to drop pretty soon, alongside it, kind of finally getting that turret that he worked so hard on.
Oh, ult into mid?
Maybe. It's going to be a setup from Elyoya, but he's in the middle of everything. Slowed down, Fate Sealed. He's caught out. Elyoya jumps into this. Pop Blossom to save his jungler. Target is absorbing all the damage. He'll eventually be traded, but mid now a little bit exposed. Bot's going to drop down as well. In a 1-for-1 if Koi keeps, or rather KC can keep pushing.
It slightly that way, and it makes it so much easier to hit it. Now on the flank, see the Mega Cone into mid lane.
Launched him in. Look at the damage on Super. That's just one little lash from the Q2. Turret goes down eventually. We're now at 5,000 gold, and out of KC. 40.
So another play for KC, just removing cooldowns from MKOI. You'd love that Akali ultimate to fight around the next day, big thing of the game. Not going to have it, it's going to be another turret down. KC getting huge territory on the map, and that of course leads into the vision play.
Kana as that level 6 gets hit, kind of forcing Elyoya to try and save his team with these ultimates, but now you're kind of too far in the ditch at this stage. MKOI trading a tower for Atacon for pressure on this bottom side, and maybe even a public.
Not able to push in too easily through these side lanes because there's a tower there, and it makes it harder for you to walk in to the right points of the map to get towards this. You then have to have the range from the Callista, so you don't get to approach very easily, you don't get to contest very easily. Very easy dragon take. MKOI, no real option available inside the pit. Sejuani takes Baron surprisingly quickly with a Yone beside them.
Bloody, zone control. Alvaro doesn't get the tangle barbs. Elyoya now spotted out. They look for the turn instead. Forget the Baron when you have free Tucker. Elyoya goes for the engage, and it's Alvaro who turns it back. A shutdown onto Gliz. KC's turn is going devilly wrong. A double kill already, and 1 into Super. The ulti from Elyoya. He zones them off, but Koi have already got the damage down. KC, it looked good till it wasn't.
The setup was perfect. Their approach towards the Baron should have been what they needed, but they go too far, and Jojo cleans up with the rest of the follow-up from MKOI, and it's going to be MKOI which gets the Baron.
Big throw. Big throw. I mean, Jojo got a lot of gold in that. He was 0-3 before. 2.5 items now.
It's the fact you can buy access to the map as well. Like, you're going to get mid lane tower here. You're going to be able to push in bot. You're going to be able to get access to the map where you can use Elyoya's ultimate, get access into side lanes, and this is crucial for MKOI's success.
Now, I'd say about 10 minutes ago, we were talking about, okay, KC, they took the mid lane turret first, they took the side lane turret. Yeah. Great for KC in terms of vision, bad for MKOI in terms of using their global pressure and making plays on the map. That is suddenly reversed. MKOI have opened up that map in the way that we were just talking about. Yeah. Now with 30 seconds till Dragon.
LEC jumping into everyone! The Prodigy becomes dust! Into the backline, it's great from Bloody. He found some access into Super, but Super once again lived while Jojo takes his name. Running for the Canadian mid laner. Just has to get the rest. KC have thrown it all out the French window.
KC trying to make the play in mid lane, but they've no TP on Kana. They have no AD carry left. And they may have just taken this control of the game, and as you say, tossed it out the window.
When I think of Karmine Corp, in the last couple of splits of the LEC, I think about discipline. I think about very, very high level of execution in the mid and late game. And what has just happened around the Baron?
It's awful little mistakes now, Jojo.
Kana, is he really the one caught out though? It's playing slow. Jojo jumps back in. His range, great execution now, but he's caught out. Goes gold in the back while Meewin now joins in. Pop Blossom again. Alvaro with the trifecta. Pull him out to sweep him down, and KC run around. Super gets the jump in, and it's happening again. KC went from great to good to under Koi's thumb. This bitch is swimming again.
Alvaro, you beauty! Magnificent Pop Blossom, and MKOI completely take down the entire team of KC.
MKOI look down and out in this game, but now with incredible picks from standout performances on Jojo Pyun, they are going to look to crack open the base and potentially push them to 2-0 in this series.
And they end.
These have been some magnificent team fights from MKOI. I don't think it's the end. Kalista's up with flash in 10 seconds. That should be enough to save the base, but it has gone from a significant goal lead for KC.
It's a mega blast cone. It's a mega blast cone. Vladdy sees him out. He's taken it already. He's buying time. That's what Sonya's will help do, but he's knocked up into the air. Then uses it. Fate sealed out, but Jojo, how does he get on out like that? Alvaro's back in again. Yike is the target though, so it won't work. Solar Flare on the right there. Look at Jojo taken out. Kana finally comes alive. KC finally spring up, and look at Vladdy on the right-hand side. He's put Meewin into a stasis, into a state of mind. KC were down, but do not forget, they were not out.
The carries were collapsed on by KC and immediately taken out of the fight. KC found them with Vladdy just catching barely Jojo Pyun in that push and setting up everything.
It has been two very different Barons for both teams. MKOI got them back into the game, and KC using it at that last bit to get caught by Kana. That's just the cherry on top, isn't it?
It's the defensive tools being used by MKOI, not really getting the value that they would have hoped for. And KC getting on towards Super and them being able to separate.
We still think that MKOI are a better 5v5 comp, I think, on the whole, unless Jojo's caught out magnificently like that again, where KC managed to blow so many defensive tools so well from that mid laner. I think MKOI...
It's standing, but for how much longer? Kana will make sure it eventually drops down thanks to double cannon. Meewin jumps in. That's just to zone him off, but still falls all the same. KC doing the same kind of damage in top as well as Alvaro tried to zone out. There's a Glacial Prison sent out. Elyoya with a good stun on Targamas. He sends the Mortal Shield up. Both AD carries on the back wings of their team. Now spawning on a ward as well. Meewin doesn't want to back there. He's on full vision as this dragon gets started off.
So for KC,
Targamas, he's the target. They re-engage. They find themselves Elyoya. Pop Blossom is good again, but this time KC has started the fight with blood. Jumping in. Jojo doesn't get to play. Plays slow, goes golden. Meewin jumps in as well. Super ran into the back line, and with GA, he looks unstoppable, but KC have already taken care of business. Yike poked out, not dead. Kiting back. Super flashes over. Meewin tries, but he too will fail. KC by inch, by mile, whatever country you're in, it was a close call. I can't take an 8 kill.
I thought Super had ended up diving into...
I guess the part of having something like a GA, you also sacrifice a bit of damage as well, right? You got the survivability, that wasn't popped. You got the
Baron will go down to KC, their second one of the game. MKOI We thought they'd be stronger in their 5v5s at some points, but I do really feel like we have to question that now, especially with how strong Kana is. He has been so good at checking one flank and being a continual threat.
He's going to get hard steeled. He's going to get permafrost. Mirwin jumped in for this Counter-Strike on a short cooldown. Arctic Assault in, ready to take it up. His giant gets Kana's angle. Counts out a right field into the GA. This might be the game-defining moment that KC finally climb back up on. Collects with a kill. Bloody picks up another. And in the end, KC have used that top laner to fruition.
They had to sweat, they had to bleed, but they will get the game win. KC, actually, hold on a second.
Pop Blossom, it's a good defense. Super still here, might not be over yet. Jojo gets some damage down, but dies in the end. Bloody, it's a whiff, but Super at half HP without a GA. Can't play as up as he'd like, and KC with all 5 members will take us to an even series, but working through it through thick and thin. This game was no cakewalk.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, the Karmine Corp.
Close this gap and play and nullify the range advantage.
Okay, who's gonna break the tie? Goldberg hates it. Odoamne loves MKOI.
Oh, I'm back on the string here.
Yeah, an auto Q combo, so gonna be a little tough now.
And now with all those chunks, you've got the potential of a dive from level 4 Trundle.
With the last embrace, easy soul collection as well. Alvaro is just waiting for that flash to be used. Targamas bops away. He'll sacrifice his life. Dredgeline doesn't get him out. It's a whiff, but this time heading towards KC is Super the new target, but under turret, Elyoya comes to fix the play. Double turret shot matters not as Jojo looks for the last embrace. Flash to match. Targamas bops him away, but you know an auto will all it take. 2 kills for Koi.
Transition more into a bit of a diving bruiser, but it's very hard to play that out. You do always have the attack speed and the chancing though.
Committing for this with the frozen domain down as well. Targamas loses his healing, but Elyoya is up against the wall again. That last embrace is so good from Super. With the last remaining mana bar, he secures one, but they're looking for more as Yike is just cornered here. He wants to use his Ishtal over the wall, but an Impale instead comes through. However, heal onto Elyoya, buys time. Primal Surge, nicely done.
Yeah, force the flash out of Vladdy, I think. So it's a flash of flash. Yike going in.
It's a good engage. Now that Alvaro has that summoner down, but Vladdy won't be able to follow up just yet. He's out of range, but the rest of KC brought back in by an Impale, a gravity field, and Alvaro free dinner on top of a Gliss.
Teddy wish he had the flash there, unfortunate. As
Fast boy as well, boots the Swiftens, gets him in nice and early. Kano's about to go into Meganar as well. Centerol comes down, buys him even more time though. Kano flashes away, the engage is there before he turns into a big fat beastie boy. Targamas also speared to the face, and Mirwin is going to grasp him for the kill. The sidestep backwards was so clean. Now it's Mirwin's turn. Where's Jack coming from? Into the wall. Well, it's an easy push into Mirwin, and Mirwin knows he's probably going to die. He's going to take a plate with him, and I think Baus would call that worth. That's 250 gold as Targamas rejoins the alley. Mirwin's just about how he dies right now. Kill given over to Kaliss, which is nice.
But that was both TPs to the bottom side to
and
make
at
that
this point, like, you know, Koi using it so well. Early gold lead, 1,500. Now Kana, he's going to ult him into the wall. I was going to say, I don't think Kana wants to be here because with a pillar up again, even with the spear dodge, he's just dead. Super gets in on the action finally, and Koi are running away with this.
And Koi
Bloody gets out alive, but hey, turret's going to go down on the bottom side. It's the first turret of the game, and it's so funny because each and every early game, Kana was coming out with a lead, or at least looking pretty stable within his lane. Mirwin is bollocksing over this one as Super. He's going to survive. Good cleanse away. Meanwhile, Yak brings the action into Impale. Jojo could be in a lot of trouble with the range added in. Oh, Targamas got the shutdown.
The perspective of MKOI.
I think it's the fact that he gives over the kill because Alvaro was nearly in that top lane. Like if he'd been a little bit more patient, hadn't given the kill over, Alvaro's then there to help defend.
Mid lane, often very important. Turret's going to go down here. Super is not going towards the Black Cleaver second, importantly, on this center. He's gone towards the ship. Definitely helps you contest for that mid wave. Gives you good wave control. Alvaro has the flash.
He maybe just holds on to it. He knows he's dead. No, burns it in the end because Trundle's here. Elyoya coming to help out, but the last embrace doesn't connect. Slowed down as Targamas with his own control. Chain Corruption comes out for the Impale. Used now on the melee AD carry. Super flashes away, but as he runs far, there's no range anymore. Bloody gets in range. Targamas takes care of him. Another shutdown to the Cowlock. Koi are left with 4. KC have 5. That's basic map. That's French. I don't know. I don't understand Spanish either. That's why I'm so partially neutral. This is, you know, Vladdy does get a turret, and I can be happy about that because we've got a
top tower. You've already got push in mid. MKOI are using the buffer of these 2 early dragons that they've got to make sure they can keep up the play.
Oh, double roots.
Chains just out of range though, now that they don't have it. Super, dead meat, or rather Kalista on the other side. Super's the one who's doing absolutely fine while Joe gets bumped away. He doesn't want to be under this turret. KC going to take care of him while the Impale is doing a little bit of that on top of Alvaro. Somehow Jojo was left alive, but for how much longer, I ask? Even the center ulti comes through and the Dawning Shadows can't save it out as Koi lose another couple of more, and now we're getting a bit iffy on the blue side.
Oh, spear hits. Cannon needs to be careful. Flashes
He
away.
He wants the proud, the pounds, and he finds it. Solo kill for Merwin with a bit of help from Super.
Members of KC on the way, though. They want to stop him from getting this top
Carry
tower.
cow.
But the jungler, Elyoya, is here.
There is good damage. TB going to be burned. Targman's going to get the stun up, but how long does he survive? As you said, Yike comes in as well. Merwin, he's a bit of a bruiser, but he's eventually going to drop on down. They want the kill to go to Vladdy, and I like that this time, Targman moves
Random
away.
skill shot. Warfare. The Varusol being very, very important. So Yike might go for a wall run.
Wayne, the rock pillar. Nicely done. Yike's just going to be free soul usage, and Super actually whittling down his Impales down as well. Look at the spot with Treadline too. KC have just walked into this choke, and it's gotten from bad to worse. Yike gets out from the seismic shove, but Targmas, I can't say the same on the other right side of the screen, who flashes out. Treadline flash to match it as well. A one-man Nara ulti just won't cut it. A double shove back, a double kill for the Canadian mid. The import works again, as Koi have just secured themselves.
That advantage over to MKOI. KC will get the mid lane tower, but the fact you have Adacon, and again, positioning, it looks like...
Especially since you have that ability to use those globals across the map. Why don't you do it a little more? Herald has been summoned up by MKOI as well. He'll take the towers instead of the dragon.
A double turret though, and that's almost a 4K gold lead. They've also got the inside track to mid. Kalist gets there, but the Weavers wall out. Almost caught out. Their backs against the wall, literally, but they're going to be okay. Turret stays standing with the Herald getting it. You'll be surprised if it's still standing by the time KC get in for an engage. Having said that, though, it starts off first from Alvaro. The shove back, beautiful from Jojo. The Dawning Shadow as well. Yike about to die. He's getting ignited down on Targmas. He's isolated. Merwin came in for a flank, quickly flashes out, but he's done his job. He's also isolated. Kana before he goes into Meganar. Merwin right now, top gapping Kana. Not something I thought I'd say today, but in this game, this Nidalee is on a tear.
Nidalee has been doing so much damage, but the setup from MKOI is the real winner here. Again, we talked about the zone control as you come in. They're just picking them off bit by bit, making it so difficult for KC to mount any offense in these fights.
It's going to buy them not only the third dragon and the soul point, it'll get them towards the Baron as well. Yike is around, does have smite. You'd have to use that W to get through the wall though. I don't think he'll get a chance to.
David Attenborough would love his hands on this one with the Tiger versus the Scorpion in the back line, trying to keep Yike from getting in at 3K. A flip back now to burst it down, 2.9. Yike still in with a chance, but no flash. He has to get over the wall. However, Koi have zoned him up long enough. Baron goes down.
Stop them doing optimal damage and comboing onto the front line.
But it's difficult when you just don't have control. Elyoya jumped on.
Engages the start, isn't it? Elyoya, though, tanky enough, and he just pops the ulti in response. Trundle, ladies and gentlemen, with Super getting the kill. Elyoya getting away, flashes in the end with the Dredgeline re-engaged. Alvaro's been on point. Who else wants to get hooked on in as Targmas stands there to deliver? Kana with no Meganar can say nothing. He's slowed down. Merwin with no spear, but Super's just going to keep running and running. Going into Mega. Kana finally maybe in with a chance of the Dawning Shadow mixed with the spear. Yes, it will be a Meganar, but Merwin is going to play with him for as long as this game keeps on going on. You look at the death timers, and Kana right now is fighting a losing battle.
It's just playing with their food. They just want to keep him away from the base. Kana will escape. But it doesn't matter, the base is still going to be in tatters as you got mid being taken. Bot next to fall as Jojo will escort that wave in. And MKOI coming out once more.
It's a 10,000 gold lead. It's soul
Take
point
down
for
KC. All there are is just one win away from putting themselves into that upper bracket.
Step in, and it seems like the deal is done. Kana, the impact isn't there this game. He's
kind of series. This kind of contest is why the regular season was so fun to watch, so great and so entertaining.
Oh, Alvaro does it again. Seismic shot back from Jojo. He's also been on point, and Super long range all the way down from the other side of Germany. This 80 carry's not missing a beat. Yike will be free soul usage is at 140 souls. Koi are going to run this into the base with the death timers. This could be moving to match point.
MKOI rally out for the Rumble. They have a Nidalee for the Nard. These are picks that they planned, and
Wait.
now they're executing.
Comes Jojo.
Flank to slam it into the ground. 10.5k gold separates KC fighting a losing battle with Jojo's ulti. It sections off Kana and only Kana. He's given a new wall, but it won't matter as Killers is separated from all the spears. Again, Elyoya puts a pillar out, and that championship trophy, he will spout. Into the air they fly as Targamas gets a good engage, and maybe there's an option here for KC to sway. There is indeed. Even with a big Chaos Storm though, is it enough? Mewin run, Kana in the middle of it. Super now outranged finally. As Bloody got his time to play. Dawning Shadows out. Mewin running for his life. Bloody wants to throw the Kana the range. The center scaling is here. Super separated by a flash, and that's going to be the end of it. An equal trade. But the fact that KC won a fight and went even at 11,000 gold disadvantage is nuts.
KC separated like wolves looking at their prey. But MKOI finish off one, and then you have to run for the hills. So in the grand scheme of things, it's still sold for MKOI.
Yeah.
It is still a difficult position for KC. And now Super Minions starting to push in the base, and there's only that top lane inhibitor left.
With the wall out yet again, KC is separated this time. Bloody will not get his time to shine into the wall. It's once again a good run, and Kana might have found Jojo. He's taking a while to dive, but he's sent into the air. KC still have 3 members in a choke, but all their tools are down. Dreadfire zoned out over the wall, even with a flash. Kana can't do much else, and the Hextech Soul seems to be too much. A triple over to Super. Kalist left wanting, and you could say the last fight was beauty, but KOI bring back the beast.
MKOI finding the success that they need. This comp might have been a little wacky, a little different, but MKOI executes so well.
MKOI pick up a second win.
Kind of in a bit of a difficult spot, and sure, Aurora can slow people, but actually setting up some of these fights in the manner that you want to can be relatively tough as MKOI. At least having that Karmine
Has had an incredible split for himself, protecting towards the back ends of it. Euro might go towards bot side plate, level 4.
Elyoya can turn invulnerable as well. The power of a Nefiri dive makes it so easy. Onto Kalist, he's going to tank it up for now. Remember again, that button just needs to be pressed, but he does not press it. Targamas puts a big belly into the air and makes it a drop.
Getting control of bot side. They're going to get the dragon. But KC, you don't have level 6 on Yike. This will be tough.
The smite is very low at this point in the game. Elyoya gets chunked a little bit. KC looking at the
Yike!
Walks in, Bramble smashes, takes it. He's already burned his flashlight, so he'll die for it with Targamas also ready to sacrifice his own life. The feat of warfare down, but it doesn't stop there with Kalist having no mana and no way out. A double over to Super when this
Either
bot
we
lane...
want to see Kalist versus Viper or something like that. Fight the bot side.
Unleash. I can tell you who let the dogs out as Elyoya goes invulnerable for the time being. Double pierce comes through, and while Nature's Grass is rolling down the hills, Elyoya is very far away. Yike twisted advance is going to flash eventually. Bullet time lands, and Elyoya has no way to get away. Kalist finally on the board here. The Super jumps forward into Targamas. He's isolated. Bramble Smash helps out over the wall there. The range is found. Great damage here from the Lucian as Super gets number 4.
Get onto the ult in MF. Meant that he had to play a little bit safe, so MKOI turn one back around. It'll be second dragon now in their favor. Yike not going to try and get anywhere near this.
Yeah, no flash steal this time.
I mean,
He doesn't have the flash to steal this time.
I think there's a lot of regrets. We're talking about it before, but Super being this far ahead based off the fact that Yike wanted to steal Dragon. Maybe you could argue KC shouldn't have committed alongside with him, but one apiece here. It's going to be Hextech Soul. And on the match point for KOI, they are 3,000 gold ahead at 13 minutes into the game. You look between Super and Misfortune's explosive cast. Found Alvaro, maybe a kill, maybe a pick, over to Kalist. The burn might be enough as well, and eventually he gets it. Kalist slowly crawling back in the game. Kana gets the back in the end.
This is what I say though, you're same like Camille on the bottom side with the TP to try and come into it, but Mirren just ends up getting that tower on the top half of the map, so he's going to be a fairly tanky one.
Didn't want to get lathered down, and now the teleport from Mirwin. He doesn't have his ulti, but he has the position. Nature's Grass out onto Jojo, who pops the ulti himself. Yike up against the wall. Kana tries to find him, but the Hextech ultimatum is down inside the ground, and Yike who drops first. Now Kana's slowed down. Jojo for the chase, culling out as well. Explosive cast doesn't stop it.
Heal instead. Just a quick
Jojo flashes away, but Yike is going to be able to follow this with a Bramble Smash. He's caught out, and Jojo can't be making that mistake in a game. 4 versus KC. Shut down, and Kalist from 1,200 gold down is now back in the game.
Yeah, Kalist, use that ultimate under the mid lane turret. Maybe Jojo thought, okay, bullet time, this is a time for me to play around mid lane, but goes way too far. And Yike in the right position this time to punish. Still going to be a Herald put down into the mid lane. Super still very, very strong despite Kalist catching up in terms of gold. That Lucian getting some gold off the mid lane turret.
Cannon now starting to move up from river, or from bot side.
Kalist sitting on the same components as Super right now, so 80 carries all intents and purposes even as Nature's Grasp comes out. Mewin in the middle though, has to flash away. Great ulti from Jojo, but again, Yike finds his number. Jojo runs into the middle of the whole KC squad. Now Kana has the chance, has an angle, has an ultimatum to pull a timeline to try. Making it rain is Kalist. He's back in the game.
It's a swing and a miss from MKOI, and KC happy to catch that one, immediately turning it back around and finding the success they needed.
KC using that ultimate from Camille to really set up well from Misfortune. Didn't think it was going to be a fight about the Misfortune. I thought it would be about the Lucian instead, but call me a liar. MKOI could not get Super.
With this setup.
Well, the problem is Mirren doesn't hit with the ultimate. Jojo is then stuck because he's been jumped on by Yike. He dies regardless of where he goes. Too late.
6k, moving down to 5. Teleport in response. Kana's going to come a little bit late. LEC sits from over the wall, but they're committing to this. KC want to flip it, and Nature's Grasp lining down. Mewin in front, blocks a lot of it. Explosive cast from Targa, but it goes down. The Artican into the ground as you see Jojo plays with them for a bit, but he's just going to drop. Mewin in the front line, and his tank as he wants to be is already. Kalist is cleaning up again. Following his Kana, he's got a target onto the dog, Alvaro and Elioya. Not only the improvement Targamas has shown me this year, but the setup and the cleanliness of their CC has just laid it down like this guy's on point.
Look at the Trundle game, for instance, but this Neferi struggling to make the impact we want to see from him. Mewin's caught in the boss.
Mewin's in a lot of trouble. The whole team is here. KC brought the Avengers. I don't know how you say that in Spanish, but it's got to be a hard word to hear when 5 members are running into your turret.
It started with a roar, but it's starting to look like a bit of a whimper for MKOI in game number 4. Game number 5 still there for them.
We're going to try and stop rotation back in mid lane. Kana very happy to just keep hitting that bot side turret. MKOI, if you got it, hang on, they find a Kalist.
They do indeed find Kalist by himself. Big shutdown over to Super. They're going to open up mid with that as well, potentially. Teleport behind them. Yike is also there, but Kana got bot side turret. Super has to flash away from Vladdy, who burnt his own.
Dragon was being started by Yike, but now he's had to kind of run for the hills as MKOI moved through. That TP is a little far forward.
Okay, but Kana's not there yet. He's got to back away. He has no TP. Maybe an opportunity for Koi to find something back. Vladdy's been targeted and found with the culling out as well. He's shut down. Koi keep doing this. They just keep finding plays out of thin air.
They're finding the picks that they need. I thought maybe they'd have to try and look for some miracle TP plays with wards, but KC just walking into them. Now
Jojo's angle as well. Yike went in blind, but this time they've got numbers on their side. Nature's Grasp will give him a way to escape, as well with a phase rush, but teleport now burned. Khan's going to try the unthinkable, while Dragon number 2 for Koi evens the stead.
Both teams in the lead up to this Dragon were really trying to play smoke and mirrors, and I feel like KC fell a little bit. The game as you'd like to. Killed the last time he tried to pass shots.
Oh, Elioya goes invulnerable though. The pain is there as the ulti sent out Targamas. Once in, there's a spiraling despair and a good launch into Mewin as well with the body slam. He's stuck in place, he's dead. Kalist picks up the kill, and I was worried about this guy being too tanky.
He's ready to do it quick though. He's got the percentage health, and MKOI starting to move back in towards the pit.
Zone controls there. Elioya getting sent away by Targamas. Jojo doing the same. Targamas might have to sacrifice his life. He's going to die first. Culling comes out as well. Baron now finally down. There's a flash on top of Super. This 80 carries once so fast. Here's nothing more. Elioya will jump in. Casey is taking so much damage from the dog, but Elioya will finally disappear. A shutdown, yes, but Baron over to 3. Casey will walk away.
MKOI are grasping at straws, trying desperately to get any of these Baron buffs off of KC, but the setup for KC is just so good. Kana being able to lock down Super, set up for the rest of Karmine Corp to wipe them off the field. Mid tower, top tower soon to fall.
Serious credit to KC. After everything which went against them in the early game in bot lane, when MKOI started getting those picks in the mid game again, they found ways back into the game. They have the Baron in hand, and they may be poised now to push us to a game 5.
Gold lead breaking down the base seems to be the necessity with the last minute 20 of this Baron, while Jojo's just getting what he can in the side lane.
Feels like one of the first times I've seen well, I've been talking about Jojo for the last while. We talked a lot about Super and how he's failed to impact the fights, even from so far ahead of the game. The setup from KC and the lockdown has been very impactful. Jojo also struggling to impact the game the way he would have liked to on that shotgun bunny in the mid lane.
Approaching the turret for now. Koi back away. Baron's just going to do the damage. walk him out. Now the base is in tatters as KC used that pressure to just walk across inside and look for yet another turret.
Jojo's reset, there's some decent poke that's gone on to KC, but I don't really think it's enough to write home about as Cask sends them flying.
Ewan does a mini ulti to make sure he's not one of them, but now his ulti's down for the engage that we talked about. Koi doesn't have too much to go on in now. They're going to play defense. Nature's Grass sends them in a game 4 to lead us to the finale as Koi lose their turret. It's getting closer. It's getting closer and closer. But Kate, I reckon Yike is now saying worth that Dragon Steel. So, in all seriousness, third one goes down. It does feel like Koi want to fight this. Jojo flashes over the wall. He found 2. Bullet time, though, lays him thin. He'll find his end. Yike, though, almost followed through. Kana jumps in, and Super's the next target. They're burning, and they're dropping. Meow and a tank. Just TP to top. By the way, Elyoya got away. Bloody is low. Alvaro's doing damage, but as he flashes away, we waited a little bit to sort out the bug, but now we know we get our rightful conclusion. France ignites, and from the brink of looking like a 3-1, KC will make it all to 5.
Like, this is the opposite of it nearly feels like game number 4, where it's MKOI that have really solidified this strong draft with great CC tools, good engage, good outside. So it just means that if this game can continue at this pace, you're okay. But Kana is having a bit of a
dive for a bit. He's gone too far. In comes Elyoya. That's the anti-dive you need from Koi. We come back to it again. Anything that stymies KC in this early game is a huge win for Koi, as Dragon is being taken by KC regardless, but Elyoya now setting up the top with the lane swap, now looking towards a minute 10 for the Grubs. Half a screen away, Trouble Bubble. Flatty really nicely done. It's bedtime for Elyoya with the Bone Skewer as well, and Halo Blades, a free kill over to Yike.
Artemis is in this top side though, and Miran's overextended.
Let's see if he can get out of it, but he's stunned up. The Ghostwater dive was beautiful. The Fan Munto laid in as well. Dunked down. I mean, Carter's in a bit of trouble. There's Ignite. Almost survived.
Getting a little bit more of that lead. Vladdy landing more skill shots. The Dragon is going to go... Hang on a second. Are we going to get a full contest? No, it's just target. I saw that thing right out. I was like, I think it's quite possible right now. They don't want to give up too much. Right here, they're giving up this top lane turret, which is a little bit sad for them. Jojo caught out.
Well, there's an ulti burn. Jojo, will he get knocked up? Flashes!
And now a Rift Herald for that mid lane structure as well. And you can just see it's the solo lanes, the side lanes that are really struggling.
Yeah, with Deadly Flourish, the game 5 team fight of all. Over the wall, Targamas brings in Alvaro. He flashes to the Phantom Undertow, but it won't do a damn thing. Super jumps on his head. The curtain call lay it down for all 5 members as Kana in a flanking angle, but he found out first. He's getting taken through and through. Super gets a double with Yike running away. It's the ulti from Jojo to corner them. Koi played that so damn well. Super goes for the LEC, and it sure felt like it coming in as the first seed, an 8-1 finish. Koi came in for underdogs because, again, we were like, well, Jojo's improved, but how much has he improved? Yeah, Super's been okay.
Alvaro's trying to praise Alvaro for this early game, diffusing a whole bunch of players around that Dragon fight. I think it's been a capstone of what has been a very good series in the support of MKOI.
To contest, Kallista's actually going to take that themselves because they invested everything on Jojo to get that top lane turret. So now they kind of missed their window.
Merc Treads on Rise, not easy to get the picks from those paddle stars in the way that you want.
Looking for the Searing Charge, won't find it. Portal Star again, going Drowsy. Is the support. Kana from a flank, pops his ulti. The fight begins, laying down for Yike, who gets sent into the air and destroyed. Alvaro jumps forward, he gets Portal Star again. He's gone a little bit dizzy, but Neone's going to block it with the door up as well. Jojo clearing mid. The fight might just end here. Targamas wants a reset. He wants his X to mark the spot. Jojo, meanwhile, dealing with Kana. He's got a root and he's got a team. Kana flashes away. This Aatrox is Korean, but in this game, he may as well be from EU as he gets stuck in place. Elyoya finishes it, and
the damage from Vladdy just isn't there in on these tankier members at this point. Atakan now going to be started up. It's 20 seconds until Kana could join the play. I mean, Vladdy might flash forward.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. The paddle jump comes through all the, either way, Troll Bubble land. Alvaro, all the abilities combined, but Atakan goes down. But now it feels like the time has passed.
Kana's still in that bottom side as well, so he has an opportunity for a flank. That's so much used by MKOI. Alvaro's ultimate really has to get value here.
Where does Kana come in from? Bloody doesn't get the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Again, all about zone control, but Koi already onto the Dragon is going to be done quick.
I think KC are just giving up the ghost hit. They're saying, all right, Dragon, we don't want to fight it. Maybe we can even push towards an inhibitor turret. Realm War coming into mid, though.
And again, who does it bring? 3 members, Flash immediately gone. Bloody gets out over the wall while Alvaro and Jojo chase. You're right, Kana is doing what he can with 3 grubs. He's trying to make this game 5 back into France's favor. Super jumps in, Yike is isolated. He's surely going to die as Elyoya will be the trade. But Kana still has an inhib, and no one's based yet apart from Mirwin.
Mirwin will try to hold off, but both junglers are dead.
Vulcan kind of uses the flash there too. A flash Aatrox Q3 onto the Rise, onto the Tristana could be what they need. Baron Star now coming up. What can Vladdy do with his bubbles?
He's backbot. He's going to be spotted out shortly from Koi. 4 members in front of the Baron make that 5. They're all there. They are all there. Mirwin is the only one with TP. A flip for the Baron going into the pit. The 50-50 in game 5 stunned up. Elyoya makes him his boy. With a Sleepy Trouble on the back and Kana trying to race to the game's end. MKOI have the
front to back as it stands. No one looking for a cheeky flank. Where are these bubbles going? Where are the hooks going? So important for KC to get some poke.
Control bubble onto Jojo. Deadly Flourish to follow up as well, but Vladdy's blocked. Into Jojo, damage finally hits, but it's the Ocean Drake going down. It goes down to KC crucially. They keep the game alive. For a little bit longer.
How often has Yike managed these miracle steals in clutch situations to keep his teams in it? But Targamas
Jojo
has to
runs
flash
forward.
away.
Kana's in the bush, not spotted out. Targamas gets out, as you said. Flash was burned while the inside track
KC could have attempted to bring this game back to the brink, but now
flanking back. Kalist, it's an immobile. Jin, the follow-up there, this time hitting the ulti, but Kalist takes a while to die. Super gets the kill finally, sets it up, and Koi with our ya. He does it again!
MKOI might have just found the picks, which could finally break the series.
Yike wants a flank of his own, but you ain't him this time. Jojo gets into the Realm Warp, takes himself in front of Vladdy, who heals, but he's rune prisoned up. And Vladdy picks an interesting pick, but he won't get away with it.
MKOI! Third down KC.
There's 2 minions, there's Yike with a flash, he needs to get in the way, but KC will forever regret as Yike goes into Cyclone, but dead in an instant with a Nexus turret to go. The first seed chooses. They wanted the Spaniards, but forever they will regret the day that they crossed the mighty MKOI.